Premier. What is Energy Premier? Energy Premier is a blockchain bidding and trading platform for electricity. That's a one-sentence explanation, but let's break it down together. So first of all, what problem do we solve? What is electricity trading today? You as a consumer have actually relatively little power of how you get your supplier and what you pay. You have the system that is relatively intransparent and often prone to deal making. And you also have a very low efficiency of trade. So what we mean by low efficiency of trade is if you want to get several suppliers to give you an offer, sort of put them in a competition, it's very hard. You need to go to all of them, get offers from them, that takes days, and you need to evaluate the offers, negotiate, etc. So those are some of the problems the key problems that we're solving through our platform and through blockchain. Specifically, our platform is, as I said, the token-based electricity trading platform. So what happens is that you as a consumer can create a profile, launch a bidding session, and in the bidding session you would have suppliers come to your bidding session and bid for you. After that, you could trade the electricity in our token, which is much faster, cheaper, and much more secure than the way electricity is traded today. And all of that process is very transparent, and it's also distributed. It's distributed because then we cannot have, or we can minimize deal making, and we can also have a much safer information storage. The token model that we'll touch upon pretty soon also is designed in a way that drives the trade on our platform, and you'll see that. And why that is because our platform is optimized to handle pretty much all the electricity trade today. Of course, in some ways better than the others. Our platform is better for B2B trading than B2C, but can handle both. That means that we can tap into a market that is $10 trillion in value. Of course, this is the entire pie, but that gives us enough room to grow with it. So that's the platform. In terms of highlights or where we are now, a couple of things that I would like to bring up. One is the fact that our platform is already live. We've invested as a team and developed it with an in-house IT team or in-house developers. The team already has, or actually the platform already has lead users both on the consumer and the supplier side. And we have a pretty strong team besides the developers, and we'll get to the team later. Besides that, we also really care about our planet, so our profit distribution will include a 37% allocation to developing or helping green energy projects. On that, we are also helping them non-financially because now suppliers that are building or producing electricity in a green way can now sell it directly to customers, which was very hard for them and very distracting. So that's the platform in short. You can see a nice snapshot from the left and a few of the functionalities. But what I would like to do is, maybe you don't need to read all this text, but I would like to guide you through the process in layman terms and not in business terms. So firstly, what happens is you come to the platform, right? Let's imagine you're a consumer and you don't own a hotel, and you want to lower your bill for electricity for your hotel. You create an account and you launch a bidding session. You set that bidding session, you say you want it to last for 3 days. You also put how you spend your electricity, which is very important for the supplier. It's also an added value that we create for the supplier, not only for the consumer. So you tell them, I spend it mostly in the evening, these are my peaks, or I'm pretty balanced, etc. And you launch a bidding session. If you're a type of customer that supplier said, I would like to bid for these type of customers, the platform will notify you as a supplier, and all of these suppliers, whether they're producers, wholesalers, retailers, whatever, they would come to the bidding session and participate. Of course, the best one wins in the bidding session, and you also have some business intelligence around it, which gives you more data, or much more data than you have today, but also informs your decision. So that was on the business side, or how that process of bidding works. There's also the token model, of course. With the token, what we do is we enable trade on our platform. So people can trade electricity through the platform, which actually makes it much cheaper, faster, and safer than the system today. I'll just give you an example on the simpler, on the cheaper side. So today, if you want a transaction for electricity, it needs to go through several financial institutions, okay? Basically banks for the transaction. And also it's very limited to your country or to your region, because cross-border trade is either hard or is not happening. Through our platform, you can trade electricity from Germany in France. You can have a team of a couple of people that can actually participate in hundreds of bidding sessions across in France, for example. Or in our example. That's the main token usage model. Besides that, we also enable smart grid suppliers to come to our platform and auction the electricity they're supplying. So let's come to our example of you being a hotel. You produce some electricity on top of your roof with your solar panels. You want to get a better price for that. You come to our platform and auction it out. Through the auction, we've proven, our statistics have proven that you usually or almost always increase the price that you get. Of course, smart grid is a buzzword today that still needs to get into legislature, but actually on the level of European Commission, those laws are being discussed, and the consensus is it's coming in the near future. And then last example of the token model usage is for smart meters. You can actually integrate the smart meter API and then perform instant payment or transaction through our platform with the EPC token. By the way, the token's name is EPC. So that explains how our platform works and also how our token model works. That brings me to our team. We've assembled a pretty strong team. Some of the big names that our team has worked with or has in their career include McKinsey, Rothschild, A.T. Kearney, Merrill Lynch, Google, Oliver Wyman, etc., etc. We also have people from the blockchain world, such as the co-founder of Rialto.ai, as well as Tomoaki Sato, who is from Japan and is one of the famous blockchain developers. Our pre-sale, or actually our ICO is now on, and we're now in the pre-sale round. We plan to raise 34 million, or we hope to raise our hard cap, which is 34 million. And we are, again, as I said, on the decentralization point. I think we're looking at other ICOs, we're pretty decentralized. We want the community to have 68% of our tokens, which are about 200 billion in supply. Fun fact on the 200 billion tokens is that that's the amount of megawatts that is consumed today. So we wanted, we have this vision that we can trade all the megawatts through our platform. So that's our ICO, and I'm happy, to connect. We're happy to connect also as a company. You can see the details here, but I'll also be around for that. And happy to answer questions.